Hey everybody, this video brings me and Chris out to the Allentown Lehigh Valley Toy Show, and we are all set up and ready to make some money. We're out here in the hallway today, which is fine, but
That's how I used to be in high school, just sitting out in the hallway. I was always taking out of class.
We're the cool kids hanging out in the hallway. We're skipping class. We're hanging out in the hall. We're skipping gym today. We're hanging out in the hall. That's what we're doing.
I love skipping gym. That was like my favorite thing to do.
Who wanted to go to gym? Nobody wants to go to gym. Anyway, actually, no, that's a lie. I want to go to gym now because I'm going to go inside the gym and see what kind of toys we can find.
No exercise, just toy shopping.
So, like you said, we're all set up. We're all ready to go. You have fun. Man my booth. Make me some money. Let's go see what toys and movies and video games and whatnot I can find to spend all that money I'm going to make today. All right, so apparently this year it's their biggest toy show thus far. Over 200 vendors here, so there is a lot to look through. This is going to take some time. Hopefully Chris is fine over there doing what he does, making me some money hopefully. But yeah, this is what you're gonna hold Chris's hand. Make sure he makes me some money. That's what you got to do. So all right, again, this is gonna be intense. Over 200 vendors this time around. I got some hunting to do. I had no idea they brought Fireball Island back, and they did a bunch of like expansion packs as well.
Yes, sir.
These are interesting. Now, the expansion packs are like a new thing, right? There wasn't expansion packs back in the day, was there?
They all came out with the Kickstarter.
Okay, wow. This is really, really awesome. So this is like the original here? Or no? Oh no?
It's done as a sequel.
Did they bring back the original?
They did not. So it's similar to the original game, but it's
all
actually
right.
a separate game by itself.
You see, I kind of like that because it still makes the original hold its value. Then that's a great idea. Do a sequel. That is really cool. And they get all the expansion packs as well. Man, Fireball Island. See, back in the day, we had these things called board games, kids, and there were literally like thousands of them out in the 80s and 90s, and
you actually had to interact with each other.
Every movie, every TV show, every toy, everything had a board game to go along with it. And then sometimes they did cool things like this, Fireball Island, where they actually had this big thing where there was a big volcano and balls that came down and rope bridges that felt. Board games were like the coolest thing back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s. Nowadays, I guess your kids don't have those things anymore. That's a shame. Anyway, that's awesome. I want to play Fireball Island again. 2 minutes into walking around and I'm already finding Spice Girl stuff. They have some of the gum here that actually came with the stickers. I don't have the gum. I only have the stickers. So I'm thinking I gotta pick this up. They said they would do $5 on it. It comes with three packs of gum in there. So that's pretty awesome. They also have this sticker set, which may be unofficial. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't have this. I'm grabbing that as well. They've got this Posh Spice thing, which I don't need. They got a cassette too, which I don't need. These are some of the sticker collection things, which I actually have a bunch of those. I don't need those. They've got the VHS tape. They got the jeans or rub-ons, which is awesome. I already have those, and they have some of the Chupa Chups as well. I actually don't have any of these, but they want $50 for a pack, which I don't know. I can't justify spending that much right now on candy, as cool as that would be. I gotta be good. I can't go too crazy, but for $5 a piece, I'm definitely picking up the gum. I'm definitely picking up the stickers. Yeah, I honestly don't know if $50 for 6 Chupa Chups Spice Girl lollipops is a good deal or not. I know they can go for a little bit of money, but there are lollipops. As much as I want those, I actually really want is a full unopened, or maybe, you know what, I would even go with an open box of Chupa Chups Spice Girl lollipops. That'd be awesome with like a little fold up display that kind of like goes in the back. That'd be so cool. But again, $50 for lollipops, as much as I want those, I just can't do $50 on lollipops right now. Oh man, look at all the WWF stuff. I don't know what it's been about wrestling as of recently, but I've been just like getting into it more and more and more. Not modern day wrestling, but the old school WWF wrestling back when I used to watch it. I mean, I was always into the old late 80s, well, let's just say like 80s and the late 80s, very, 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 very early 90s. Wrestling, I was always into that stuff. I've always been a fan of it, but just recently I've been buying more and more documentaries and more actual like VHS tapes and DVDs of wrestling matches and all kinds of WWF stuff coming into my life as of recently. So when I see the toys, I start thinking, man, I could pick a few of these up, right? Maybe I actually had a bunch of the action figures back in the day. I remember some of them had like moves they did. Some of them were just rubber. It was really weird, but I miss them. But I don't need to get into collecting more toys. Yeah, here we go. The original LJN wrestling figures. Man, I had so many of these back in the day. I remember I found them on a roof at my elementary school. there was this roof of a garage that was not part of the elementary school, but it was part of somebody else's property that sat right up next to the elementary school. And people would throw stuff up on that roof all the time, toys and balls and all kinds of stuff. And if you had a friend boost you up, you could get on top of that roof. I remember one day we went back after school and I found a bunch of these LJN wrestling figures up there, and I took them and took them home, and I had some free wrestling figures as a kid, which was pretty awesome. I love these things, throwing them around because they're made of rubber. It's just big chunks of rubber. Throw these on the ground, they kind of bounce around and stuff. These were pretty cool. And then eventually they came out with more plasticky ones that had action moves and stuff. I had a bunch of those as well. Man, that's awesome. Never had a belt on mine though. That's cool. But again, don't need it all. And they got Boglins. I had a bunch of those too. I hate toy shows. Let me reiterate quick, actually, I love toy shows. Toy shows are amazing. Never don't come out to a toy show. Always come out to a toy show. I just hate them personally because they make me want to buy everything. Oh look, Funko Pops. I'm walking away. I don't know if I ever knew they made Attack of the Killer Tomato action figures. Look at that, man. Yeah, I remember the cartoon as well. That is awesome. That is so cool. Yeah, I had no idea those existed, but what I did know used to exist is an Ed Grimley doll. How cool is that? That is Martin Short in talking doll form. One of these, like, look, I love Pee-wee, I love Ernest, I love all the talking dolls out there, but honestly, the one I want the most is Ed Grimley. Look at that, $50, still talks. That is so tempting. Again, I don't really do toys, and I always pass on the Pee-wees and the Ernests when I come across them for my own personal collection, but one of these days, I'm gonna have an Ed Grimley in my collection. Oh goody, we have more Pez dispensers, something I don't need to get back into collecting, but I never had an angel in my collection back in the day. Look at that with the halo. That is awesome. Yeah, never had the angel. That was one of my holy grails back in the day. That is so cool to see. But again, it's Pez. I don't need to get back into collecting Pez. Again, toy shows. Evil. I mean, they're great, but for me, they're evil. Oh, I get it. Today I'm just going to find a whole bunch of Pez dispensers, apparently. Here's a Daffy Duck and a snowman. I know I had the Daffy. I want to say I had the snowman as well. They call this a was it called three-piece snowman or something like that? I forget how all these different, pieces on him. They made Pez in so many different ways, and they started just doing like paint on them and whatnot. This is back in the day when they actually used to have like individual pieces. This is awesome. I'm loving this one. Yeah, I don't know if I ever had this one or not. It looks familiar, but at the same time, maybe it wasn't. That is so cool, but it's Pez. Look, do I miss collecting Pez? I do. I really enjoyed Pez collecting back in the day. I had an amazing collection. I had so many cool dispensers. I do miss it. I still look at the Pez. I still enjoy them. I still got a kick out of Pez dispensers. But again, it's not something I can get back into collecting, but I'll always look at them. Always so many Lego minifigures everywhere I go, but nobody ever has Ellie from Jurassic World or Vice Admiral Holdo from Star Wars. I just want my Laura Dern minifigures, my Laura Dern Lego minifigures. That's all I want. It's all I want. It's almost like those characters aren't popular or something. It's almost like Laura Dern minifigures aren't sought after and in demand and showing up everywhere. It's almost like that, but we all know, it's Laura Dern. We all know it's definitely not like that. Everybody loves Laura Dern. Can't really say I have much interest in a Barbie, but a Halloween Barbie, that is really cool. You put Halloween on anything and it piques my interest. Like, I would never have interest in buying a Barbie doll. Spice Girl, well, they're not technically Barbies, but they're in the same, I guess, I don't know, size range and whatnot as a Barbie doll. Okay, I love my Spice Girl dolls, but Barbie dolls, not so much. But again, you stick Halloween on it, and I'm intrigued all of a sudden. I love me some Halloween. But I guess I love Christmas a little bit more. Now I want a Christmas Barbie. Today is just going to be me talking about nothing but things I don't collect for, but that I kind of want to start collecting for, like, vinyl. The Halloween one's really cool. This is from Rob Zombie's Halloween, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, one of my all-time favorite horror movies. In fact, this is my all-time favorite of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Don't get me wrong, the first one's amazing. I like the remake as well. In fact, I actually really like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. It's probably my third favorite Texas Chainsaw. I'm not going to go through all the Chainsaw Massacre movies and tell you in what order I like them in, but let's just say this one is my favorite out of all of them. So that is really cool. It's still brand new, factory sealed. Look at that, original motion picture score. That is amazing. That is so cool. See, that is tempting. I could just get it and frame it or something like that. No, I don't need to get into collecting vinyl either. But I want to. It is the cutest King Kong I have ever seen in my entire life. Look at that King Kong. He's even got a crown because I mean he is the king. He needs his king's crown. Look at that. That is actually really, really awesome. It's bizarre. It's gotta be one of the weirdest King Kong anythings I've ever seen in my entire life. But I like it. I'm a King Kong fan. Some King Kong, some Fay Ray. It's classic. I like that. But again, it's plush. I don't do plush. Okay, I'm gonna take this as a good sign. We've got more Spice Girls stuff here. So Spice Girls over there, Spice Girls over here. I mean, I'm hoping for more Spice Girls out there somewhere else. Unfortunately, this is one of the few dolls. Well, I shouldn't say few dolls. I have a lot of Spice Girl dolls. This is one of the Spice Girl dolls I do have. There's only a few I don't need, and this sadly is not one of them. Still pretty awesome to see the Mel C, the Sporty Spice here. That's amazing. $30, not a bad price either. But like I said, I already have it. Don't need it. But I mean, that's 2 Spice Girls sightings in one show. We're gonna find some more. As you guys know, I'm a huge Disney fan, and I always say my favorite Disney live-action film would have to be Pirates of the Caribbean. I know, kind of weird to say that. Out of all the different live-action Disney movies out there, Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'm thinking that's what I was going to go with. I had no idea they did Legos for Pirates of the Caribbean, and I had no idea they made a Black Pearl. That is really, really awesome. That's got $900 for it. Apparently, it's quite rare. I mean, I've never seen one before. That is awesome. Lego's definitely something I don't need to get into collecting. That is an expensive hobby, but man, a Black Pearl Lego set? That's pretty awesome. In no way whatsoever am I surprised they made these, but I did not know they made James Bond Jr. figures. Man, I used to watch this show back in the day. I got a bunch of the VHS tapes, the James Bond Jr. I love the theme song to this. I loved this show, but I never had any of the action figures. Like I said, not surprised they made action figures. They made action figures for everything back in the day, but that is really awesome to see. That was a sort of short-lived show that surprisingly a lot of people who I talk to don't remember James Bond Jr. That was, in my opinion, animated classic. Has it ever been released a DVD? I don't think the DVDs have ever been put out of James Bond Jr. I don't know who owns the rights to that, but I want the full series on DVD. All right, we've had Spice Girls. We haven't had any Figment yet. We haven't had any movies yet, but now we've got Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. There's a lot of stuff here, though. Unfortunately, I did go through all of these, and it looks like it's mostly stuff I already have. Anything I don't have, just a little bit out of my price range, because I'm a stingy man who doesn't like to pay a lot of money for anything. So I don't know. These again, there are some interesting titles here, but I do have most of these. So cool to see this many Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. But for right now, I'm gonna pass. Maybe if I make a decent amount of money today, I'll come back and get some. We'll see. And look who's also here, set up selling. Stephanie's here. Look at all our cool stuff. She's got a Nosferatu pop. See, this was one of my sought after pops back in the day when I used to collect. Do you even collect for Funko Pops anymore, or did you also get out of that?
Very little, but that one's vaulted, so.
Ooh, so it's a fancy pants one, huh? Yeah, I'm so happy I don't collect for Funko Pops anymore. She's got a bunch of loose ones as well. Little Dracula. This is the show you keep telling me about. I have never seen an episode of Little Dracula. I have to check this show out because you keep talking about this. You found this, I think last time we were out Thrifting, you found wasn't like a VHS tape or something of Little Dracula?
They were comics. It was
there's all kinds of. Why have I never seen this show? You talk about it all the time. I've gotta check this show out. That is awesome. I didn't know they made action figures for it. Look at that. Yeah, this is a show I definitely have to check out. So all right, Stephanie's got some cool stuff. You doing well at the show?
doing well.
Nice. She's got some vinyl here as well. That's, oh my God, Chipmunk Punk. That is so cool. I think I like that more than the actual Sex Pistols. That is so cool. Yeah, Stephanie's got all the cool stuff.
Always did.
Stephanie always has the cool stuff. She knows what's hot. All right, Fisher Price, I know you're watching. I have $1 million idea for you. So apparently you made Rolling Stones, Little People, and I'm going to assume you made other rock artists, Little People, right? You didn't just make Rolling Stones. Maybe you did. I have no idea. But Spice Girl, Little People figures. Let's make this happen, because if that does happen, I'm buying them, and so will everybody else who loves the greatest contribution the music industry has ever received, the Spice Girls. Make it happen. Make it happen. Do they still do Pez in these amazing packages? I miss these. I was always hesitant to open mine up. Again, these, I know they still make the bagged ones. These I would open up right away because they're just generic bags. But man, carded Pez, I was never sure if I wanted to open them or display them in their cards. But it was always really difficult to display these because they take up so much space. But that is so cool to see them on the cards there. And I remember these, there were, I think, collect all four. There were 4 of these. I remember having to go out the day these came out and try to find them. And I couldn't find them. My grandmother knew I collected Pez, and she found these for me. I remember she was like, I found the dispensers, and she went and picked all of them up for me, and I went over to her house and got them all. It was amazing. That was so cool. And now I'm reminiscing once again about Pez dispensers, which means I should walk away. Or what I could do instead of walking away is just talk about Pez some more, right? These Pop Pez are really, really awesome. They made so many of these. There's a Darkwing Duck. There's a Nega Duck. These are really, really cool. Like I said, they made a ton of these. I mean, of course they did. They're half Funko. If there's one thing Funko loves doing, it's flooding the market with stuff that people end up not wanting to buy. Like I think the Pop bubble has burst. I've been noticing stores carrying less and less of these. They've been selling less and less. I just don't think they're as popular as they once were, and I fully blame that on Funko flooding the market. They screwed up. Barnyard Commandos, man, these were a toy I was kind of obsessed with as a kid, and yet never actually had any Barnyard Commandos. I remember the commercials for these. I always wanted these, and for whatever reason, as a kid, I never got these. I had a lot of toys as a kid. I know you guys always say in the comments, man, you had like every toy back in the day. I didn't have every toy. I didn't have Barnyard Commandos. The only Barnyard Commandos I remember having was, I think Burger King put out some of these in the Kids Club meals. I remember having some of those back in the day. That was it, because I was obsessed with Burger King, Kids Club, and McDonald's Happy Meal toys back in the day. But I never had any of the actual action figures. Those are so cool. And now that I'm here looking at them, I could buy them and finally own them, right? Toy shows are just, again, evil for me. Although toy shows are also kind of awesome to me because I get to find out about new toys that I had no idea ever existed, like Michael's Pets. Are you kidding me? So there was a whole line of Michael Jackson pet toys that is something I did not know about. I guess they made I believe that's Bubbles right there, right? This is interesting. Uncle Toki the Frog. That is so bizarre and also kind of, I mean, is anything Michael Jackson not kind of look, I love me some Michael Jackson. I'm a big fan of anything he did, like in movies. I'm a big fan of his music, but I don't know. That skeeves me out. That is kind of creepy, but it's also kind of awesome. I had no idea they made those. All right, that's it. I officially give up. I'm getting back into collecting Pez apparently, because I mean, I just keep seeing everything. Look at these Pez candy keychains. I remember having those back in the day. The Party Favors Bubble Man ones. I remember having these. I remember having to go out to a party store to hunt these down. That was a cool find. I don't know if I ever had the Pez the flashlight keychain here with Peter Pez. I don't remember if I had that or not. These look really familiar, but at the same time, I don't remember ever having these. So I may not have had those for some reason. This is just, there are Pez everywhere here today, and looking at them really makes me miss collecting. So should I get back? Should I just sell off my movies and get back into collecting Pez? Probably not, but it's tempting. I have been finding Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games all around this place. It's just, again, it's a bunch of stuff I already have, mostly kind of somewhat common games, but here's some more. But again, it's like I said, it's stuff I already own. Yes, even the Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16, I already own that. I also have the Game Boy camera as well. I don't know why I have this, although it does have a built-in game. So I guess technically, if you aren't collecting games, you would want to have that. But I do already have that in my collection. So again, cool to see all the Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games around the convention. But it's mostly stuff I already have. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the joke. This is awesome to see this many Street Sharks at one time in one place. Usually when I come across these, I see one, maybe two of them at the most, but this is like an entire set of Street Sharks. That is absolutely awesome. This is another toy I did not have as a kid, surprisingly. I did not have any Street Sharks. I always wanted Street Sharks. I always thought they were cool. I remember watching the cartoon series. I was big into TMNT, so of course I wanted my Street Sharks to fight TMNT, but like I said, for some reason, I never had Street Sharks. But now as an adult, I could have Street Sharks. We all know what I'm gonna say. Just walk away. At this point, I'm thinking it has to be a sign, right? It's the collecting gods telling me to get back into collecting Pez dispensers, because I have never seen this many Pez at a toy show before. There are more of them down there. Here's all the different Garfields. I remember there are all these like different variations with these, with the copyrights on them. I think I had all of these back in the day, the Lucy and all the different Peanuts. Yeah, I had every single one of these, although I didn't have this. This is the Icy Bear, or at least that's what they used to call me, Icy Bear, because he looks like the mascot to the icy beverage ice strings. That is really cool. I had one of these, but I don't think mine had a Santa hat. I know I definitely didn't have that stem. That is really, really awesome to see. It's a sign, right? It's not a good sign, but it's a sign. Now, here's a toy I did have a ton of when I was a kid, Muscle Men. Though I never had Mega Man Muscle Men. I don't think they made those back in the day. I just had the oh, and these are Shogun ones. I don't know. Do they have just regular ones here? I don't think they do. I had just the regular Muscle Men. And I always made them battle my monster in my pockets. They were the wrestling, the big macho men against the monsters. I don't know. Did you guys ever do that? Muscle Men versus monster in my pockets? Or am I just weird? I mean, I know I'm weird. But if you guys did that, let me know. No, I'm probably weird, right? All right, well, I walked around the entire toy show. I've seen a lot of awesome stuff. I'm gonna have to come back out and do another round again, but at this point, I'm curious if Chris has actually made me any money. He's back manning the booth. I'm hoping I'm gonna find out he made a ton of money, and I can come back in here, buy a ton of stuff, maybe try to get those Spice Girl lollipops for cheaper. We'll see about that. All right, Chris, did you make me any money? Oh my gosh, look who it is. Rat Stash is here as well. You guys find anything good, or did you just get here?
No, look at what we bought.
What did you buy? A Black Panther Hallmark keepsake. Awesome.
Just got here.
That's not Ronald McDonald. All right, so anyway, the real question is now, did you make me any money? Did you make any sales? Am I rich? Well, am I rich now, or are you rich now?
Both of us are richer for having
richer
friends.
Ah.
But we are richer in money.
You can't put
on your booth and my booth.
You can't put a price on friendship. Is that what you're trying to say?
Duh. Maybe $5.
I was gonna say I could put a price on it. It's pretty cheap. All right, so I'm leaving Chris back there once again to make me some more money. I've been making some decent money this show. We've actually been selling a lot of stuff. The place is, as you can see, quite crowded, quite packed. Again, a lot of people selling, a lot of people buying as well. I'm gonna make maybe one more round to see if I can find some movies. I didn't really see any movies at all the entire time, which I know, it's a toy show. I shouldn't be expecting movies at a toy show, but usually at least one or two people have like some anime or some random movies besides me. But I don't know, let's see if we can find some movies. That's what I want. I want a DVD, I want a Blu-ray. Spice Girls are great. I want some movies too. Well, I guess asking you shall receive. Only 2 minutes into looking around, and already I'm finding a whole entire box here full of DVDs. $3 each, 2 for $5. And I did find two things I want to pick up. I'm gonna grab this, Creatures from the Abyss. I guess this was like a 1994 Italian horror film. I don't know, I've never seen this one, but you know what? I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna check it out. Now it's interesting. And then because it's, well, 2 for $5, I figured I'd also pick up Suburbia, which I already own in my collection, but I'm gonna grab that for the store because for $2, that's a pretty good deal for that movie. So not a lot more I want in here. I mean, there are some other cool things in here, lots of horror titles. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of really good stuff. It's just really good stuff I already have and I do not need. So, hey, I said I wanted some movies. I just found some movies. All right, well, I'm thinking that's probably going to do it for the movies at the toy show. Again, I know it's a toy show. I shouldn't be expecting movies here, but I was hoping. I mean, that guy had movies. I have movies. There's a few people here selling movies, or at least 2 people selling movies. I did come across a couple of VHS tapes here and there and a couple DVDs here and there, but it was just one here, one there, and it was nothing I needed to pick up, so I ended up passing on those. But hey, I found some Spice Girl stuff. I found a couple movies. I mean, for a guy who doesn't collect toys at a toy show, I think I did pretty good. All right, guys, so the show, as you can see, is coming to an end. Everybody is packing up, including Chris and I, but I had to come back for one more thing, and that is to take another look at the Spice Girl Chupa Chup lollipops. I really want to get some of these in my collection, and he said he'd do $25 for a pack of all 6 different variations of the artwork, and honestly, look up to see what these go for, and they do go for a little bit of money. So you know what, $25, it's more than I would like to spend on lollipops, but I'm gonna spend $25 on lollipops. I'm picking them up. It is what it is. I gotta add more stuff to my Spice Girl collection. So all right, guys, I'm spending $25 on lollipops. Am I crazy? Probably, for the Spice Girls anyway. So like I said, the show has come to an end. We are packing everything up. Why do you have that mallet? Do I want to know? I'm gonna walk this way. So how did you do? Did you do well?
Things went really well.
Yeah, we sold. I sold a lot of stuff. You sold a lot of stuff. It was a really good show. The show wasn't good. We sold a lot of stuff. But now, as you can see, we're all packing up, and now we have to go load the van up, which isn't gonna be fun. This is the worst part of the show, is packing everything back up. Trying to figure out how it was you had it packed in the first place into your bins, and then how you had it packed up in the first place into your car. It's always a chore, but you know what? It is what it is. It's worth it. We love doing this. We love this show. It's fantastic. They're doing another one in, I believe, March, if I'm not mistaken. So we will be back here for that. But for now, we got to continue to pack up. You gonna take down my shelving unit for me?
I can don you, sir. dubbing us or mallard us of cinemas.
Gee. Thanks. All right, I gotta get to work. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that bell, smash the notification bell. All right, and I will see you guys next video. But of course, check down below for all the different links, and also check down below for our link to
Mallet stuff. I mean, Muppet stuff, of course.
and Patreon, Spreadshirt, and the Cinematic This store. It came from Cinematic This, and my new channel. What's with Dave today for fun daily adventures. All right, now I'll see you guys next video. Have a good one, guys. Get away from me with that mallet. All right, bye.